A Mitchell County, Kansas family couldn't believe it when they saw their loved one was part of a new effort in cracking unsolved cases. Melissa Bruner shares their 13-year-long search for answers in this Sunday night's look at the cold case, the death of Gary Nelson.
Gary Nelson's family says he never hesitated to help his neighbors in Mitchell County. They say he trusted people, and that trust may have led to his murder. At 101 years old,
It is hard.
Jean Nelson's children say she's just hanging on,
He was a good boy.
hoping she'll learn who took her oldest son's life.
He didn't deserve what happened to him.
I was robbed of my dad.
I don't think there's a day goes by that I don't think about him.
Gary Nelson was a contractor and owned rental properties in the Beloit area. His daughter says some unusual chatter started going around town.
There was a rumor that somebody was going to kill Gary Nelson.
Around 2 in the morning, December 18th, 2009, it happened. Someone, maybe more than one person, walked through the unlocked door of Gary's home just outside town and shot him. He was rushed to Mitchell County Hospital, then flown to Wichita.
Grandma yelled after him, said, "You fight, Gary. You fight for Mama."
Gary died in the operating room. He was 61 years old.
And the look on everybody's face, especially Grandma's, I'll never forget.
I called the answering machine because I knew I'd never hear his voice again, but I could hear it on the answering machine.
The family says 2 other people in the house didn't see the intruder. They believe Gary said a name before he died, but the lead didn't pan out. 13 years later, the family says they still meet regularly with the Mitchell County Sheriff's Office, and Sheriff Anthony Perez says he looks at something related to the case almost every day.
So this is the only room we haven't remodeled.
Gary's daughter Marianne and her husband Keith live in the home now, preserving the scars, the bullet holes in the walls, just in case.
We were kind of waiting to see if they ever needed to come and look at any projectiles or anything like that.
Gary helped raise his nephew Leo. He called Gary Dad. What happened to him is why Leo pursued a career as a corrections officer.
It's also really rewarding, when you can really get through to some people and watch the light bulb come on, that they don't have to continue down the same path.
It was on the job that Leo learned about this.
Talk about somebody sucked the air out of the room.
During a presentation on the Kansas cold case deck, special playing cards coming to the state's prisons hoping to heat up cold cases, Gary's face appeared on screen, the 3 of spades.
I can't begin to tell you what that meant to me, what I'm sure that meant to all of us, like I said, after all this time.
After all this time, detectives haven't given up.
I believe somebody around here knows, and nobody's talking so far.
And they won't give up either.
Somebody has to pay for what they did to this man and what they took away from him and his family.
We'll never give up. It's not fair that somebody is out there breathing free air, knowing what they did.
Leo says justice fits how Gary lived.
He said, at the end of the day, it's all worth nothing. You can't live with the man in the mirror. I would ask the same person or people who did this, can you live with the man in the mirror? I know I couldn't.
If you know anything about Gary Nelson's murder or any cold case, call the KBI at 1-800-KS-CRIME. Melissa Bruner, 13 News.